Today, we are here to do another ancestral connection for peace because we need help. We need energetic help from those who have gone to higher, invisible, energetic realms, whatever you call it. If you know all of life is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed, our consciousness continues, our energy continues. And as our energy continues, we grow and learn and become ancestors. So when we connect to our ancestors here, we are connecting to those who have grown, who have ascended into the higher realms of consciousness to help us, to guide us in meeting these challenges that represent gifts and opportunities. Today, we're going to begin by releasing the energy that has led us to need to do this connection. We're here today to release the energy that leads to injustice, to release the energy of those who have taken the position of being a supreme judge and made decisions with little thought, contrary to what they say, of the actual effect these decisions have on individual people's lives. So we cannot immediately change these decisions. We can release the energy that created them, the energy that wants to control other sentient beings, the energy that is judgmental of those who have opinions different from yours, the energy that sees women as only vehicles for procreation, the energy that does not recognize the importance and necessity of protecting our Mother Earth, of controlling all the things we want to produce and consume. We are here today to send forth energy to release this other value. Let's not give it negative or positive, but this other value, these decisions that were made by those who are called judges. We are here because those decisions will affect many, many lives. And only through our energetic efforts to be of assistance to those affected by these unjust laws. And then even some would say they may be just to others. And some will say, yes, and it may be true that all laws lead to some injustice. And if that is the case, then we are doing this practice for all who are impacted by any unjust law. And we will now release the energy that created these unjust laws, the motivations, the energetic motivations, the energetic intentions that could lead to creating victims. We will release this energy with 7 breaths. I will begin the count. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 And now we will state our intention for connecting with these ancestors. Our intention is to gain wisdom, to help reduce victims of unjust laws. Those victims could be a young Black teen in the wrong place at the wrong time. It could be a young woman who's raped and lives in a state that bans abortions. It could be a community that lives near a factory that doesn't control its emissions, or a river that receives the waste of a factory. All of these and so many more are potential victims of unjust laws. So it is our intention to help reduce those victims. And how? One is doing this practice to give us the wisdom to know what to do, to know that all energy that is never created and never destroyed intermingles with other energy. And it is how we are able to interact with the other energy, how we respond to situations, what resources people have to be able to confront whatever challenges these quote, quote, laws bring into people's lives. Ultimately, it is the energy, the living energy within each of us, within all of life, that can shape everyone's existence beyond laws that are written on papers. The intentions, the motivation to help others who are suffering, as we've seen throughout history, from the Underground Railroad to other freedom movements, that when people are oppressed, when people are suffering, those with courage and compassion come forth with ways to help relieve the suffering. So it is our intention now, as those who are stable, as many of us who may not even be affected by those decisions directly, we still take on the intention and the desire to reduce the victims of unjust laws whenever and however they occur. And we do this by breathing in. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Now we call upon the ancestors of peace, those ancestors who have become ancestors with the knowledge and consciousness of peace within that creates peace without. We call on these ancestors for wisdom to help us make the decisions and take the actions that can help reduce victims of unjust laws wherever we may encounter them. We call on our ancestors, those with that wisdom, to come and join us now. We call on these ancestors to enter our space energetically, just beyond our auras, the arm length of our aura, to come here and give us your wisdom, to come here in this space. We call on our ancestors now. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Now we sit in the company and presence of the ancestors of peace, those with wisdom to guide us in how we can reduce the victims of unjust laws. We ask and open ourselves to receive that energy, however it may come to us, consciously, unconsciously, in dreams, in meetings, in inspiration, in reading an article, in seeing an event, of understanding what true justice means, not just us who have the power and the money and the influence to try to create the world we want, not thinking how our world may affect others whose worlds are different, who have different needs, different resources, different experiences. And yet we all are sharing the same planet, the same earth. So laws that put anything, be it money or corporate interests, above living sentient beings and living Mother Earth and nature are by inherently unjust to life. So we are now opening ourselves up to receive this wisdom, however it may come into our lives and into our beings. May we receive the wisdom to reduce victims. The challenge is here. But if we can reduce victims, to reduce even the concept of being a victim, even if you are suffering from the effects of pollution, even if you are challenged with an unwanted pregnancy, when we see ourselves as energetic beings, we understand we can work and find the energy to not be a victim and to change and correct the situation. We don't always know how, but it is first that thought, holding within that energy, the wisdom that is within all of us. Knowing that these unjust laws exist, the first aspect of the wisdom is, how do we not even put ourselves in jeopardy of them? How do we prevent the injustices from happening? We have great challenges. They represent great opportunities. And with the help, with the energetic guidance of our ancestors of peace, receiving their wisdom, we can affect real relief and reduction of suffering for many sentient beings. So we breathe in all of this energetic wisdom from our ancestors of peace, receiving their wisdom now. Breathe in, breathe out, 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 breathe in, breathe out. We have now opened ourselves up so that at the top of our heads are opening up to receive the energy of wisdom from our ancestors of peace. And this energy is going towards the center of our forehead, the area called the third eye, the pineal gland, that part of us that gives discernment and knowing, and receive the energy in our throats, that we may speak with wisdom and courage that we receive from these wise ancestors of peace. And we go to our heart, that our heart is the motivation from compassion, true compassion to relieve the suffering of others, not just to empathize, but to help relieve their suffering. and to our solar plexus for the strength and the courage, the commitment, the persistence, the consistency to act on the wisdom we receive from our ancestors of peace. And so, breathing in this energy, letting it flow all through our bodies, letting us feel ourselves grounding to the earth, with our grounding cord going straight to the center of the earth. And we are here, solid, sitting strong, receiving. And now, we thank our ancestors from the north, the east, the south, to the west. We thank our ancestors of peace for coming here energetically and giving us the wisdom we need to reduce victims of unjust laws. And we will receive that wisdom however it may come to us. So we thank our ancestors. And now we kiss our ancestors back into their own energetic sphere, so that now in our space, in our auric space, and outside of our aura, in our room, in our house, is our energy. With this being done, I thank you. My name is Gogo Griot. Information is below if you would like to help continue this work. I offer these because it's the work I have been given to do. My effort to contribute to peace in the world, in our universe, within ourselves, because it begins within ourselves before it goes into the world. But without our intention and our words, it gets held up. And we see how difficult it is to reach out and to overcome. So this is my effort. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. Please share this with anyone you think who will benefit. And remember always to breathe deeply, smile, and be grateful.